Well, hello friends. How are you? Thanks for coming to my channel. My name is Regina. This is RJ Lux YouTube channel. And I just thought I needed to make a video. I feel like I've been missing in action for quite a while. Just living life and going through my VSG journey. But I thought, you know what? I think it's time to make a video and post it. So I'm just actually not even going to edit this. This is going to be a live, unedited update video. So with that being said, what has been going on overall? So as of this morning, I am weighing at 193.8 pounds, which is insane. I started my journey in the 280s plus, maybe 290s, because I had to lose weight in order to have surgery on surgery day. I wasn't weighing myself at that point consistently, so it took me a little while to get down, and then finally I did and was able to have my surgery in April of 2020. So with that being said, everything has been pretty smooth in the process. I haven't had too many situations that were like where I was in pain or had any kind of struggles. My hair finally stopped falling out about a month ago. It started falling out around month 4, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5. And it's normal for that process, and it was coming out like in chunks and chunks and chunks. And so you can see my hair looks pretty healthy. It's pretty full still. And I believe the fullness has come back. Now, I do attribute a couple things. I think that one, leaving my hair alone was key. I stopped messing with it. And then 2, I had started taking collagen powder, which, like, they don't ever tell you do that or don't do it. So I decided to try it and see if it worked, and I feel like it worked, because literally after I stopped taking that, it stopped falling out, like not that long after. So now I was always getting my protein in, like 60 grams of what I needed per day, but I still was losing the hair, and they just said it's normal. It's part of the process of going through this, because your body is changing and trying to get rid of the things that it can't sustain, and hair happens to be one of those things. So I'm so glad it stopped falling out. And so with that, I'm actually treating myself to a haircut tomorrow and a new style. I just want to get rid of some of the straggly ends and all the things and get my hair straightened and cut just for 2023. And by the way, today is December 29th. So we're pretty close to the end of the year. So that is the hair loss. That is the weight update. As far as food goes, I have only had a couple of reactions with food, like hummus and pita bread. And I think it was just the combination of the seasonings and all the things that were going on with that. And then the other meal that I had was sushi, believe it or not. And I think it's because, sushi has a lot of rice, and I think it was just too much. The volume of the rice was too much. So I try to avoid carbohydrate type things like rice, potatoes, things like that as much as possible. I don't completely remove them from my diet, because, who doesn't want a good French fry, right, from time to time? So it is something that I actually want to continue to eat and will eat from time to time. But I pretty much track my calories. I use the MyFitnessPal app, and on that app you can see where you are, and like I have my stuff from today. I'll share it with you. So today I've had about 500 calories. This morning I had a turkey sausage patty, 2 ounces, with a fried egg on top with a slice of American cheese, and then with this chili oil sauce that I think is pretty amazing. It's called Chili Onion Crunch. It's from Trader Joe's. I had a teaspoon of that, and then I had my vitamins. That's what I had in the morning. And then I had a cup of coffee as well with sugar-free creamer and sugar-free stuff. So no extra calories there. And then for lunch, I wasn't really hungry because I didn't have that until about noon. And then basically what I ended up having is a protein shake, which I haven't actually had one of those in a while. So I was actually quite surprised by how delicious it was, and I forgot how delicious these shakes are. I just wasn't in the mood for like a meal. So that's what I had, and I'm actually super full. And I had Ghost milk chocolate whey powder protein, which is 130 calories, with 1 teaspoon of PB2, which is like a dried peanut butter substitute, which was 10 calories. I did put some English toffee sugar-free syrup from this brand called Da Vinci. Delicious. It really just set off this whole thing. And then I had almond milk to prepare it. So, and then I did squirt some whipped cream, some aerated whipped cream on top. So that was like 15 calories. And I've had basically 508 calories today, right? And I'm supposed to get, my max is 1,000. That's where I'm supposed to be. And so I'm just sharing kind of how it goes. But because I had that protein shake and I had such a good breakfast, like a solid breakfast, and I always put collagen powder in my coffee so that it's not a wasted drink, that I'm drinking. I'm already at 56 grams of protein. So I haven't had dinner, and I'm going to hit my protein goal and be beyond it for the day. And then I'm going to stay within my calories because I'm only at about 505 calories, 508 calories for the day. And that's with everything that I've consumed. I've been drinking my water. Water is a crucial step. I have not in this process become dehydrated, which I'm so happy and thankful for, because I do know there are people that go through that struggle. I just try to make it a point to keep drinking, throughout the day. And if I feel like I've only had a little bit of water for the day, I will do a hydration liquid IV, like those electrolyte like additives, so that I can feel like I had enough water, and it seems to help me. So that is a solution that I've devised. I did consult my physician, and they didn't have an issue with those. So I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying that's what I do, and it seems to work for me to remove the dehydration. Now, on my journey, I've been consistently losing, and actually I was losing at a higher rate than my projected where I should be. They gave me like a list, and so I kind of wanted to slow it down a little bit because I was starting to feel like I was in unfamiliar territory. This is just me being transparent. So I have been plus size and thick my entire adult life. I started gaining weight when I was about 10 years old, right? Which is puberty time. And it just kind of kept going from there. I remember being in high school, always being thicker, not ever slim and trim. I think in my sophomore or junior year, I was wearing a size 16 pant. And I remember that because my mom had bought me pants from Lane Bryant, and I was like sad that I had to buy pants from Lane Bryant and not like all the other stores where my friends went to. But that's just kind of the life that I've had, which has never been a problem for me. And I'm not saying that to like say anything negative about being plus size, because I have had a wonderful full life in that body. And I did start exercising and trying to eat more healthy as I've gotten older over time. But when I was younger, I didn't even know what that was. Nobody really educated me around that. I had to learn that for myself. I come from a family that just knew what they knew, and to them it wasn't a thing. I think for me, the reason why I got the surgery this year is because I really, after COVID and just all the stuff that was happening, I got concerned about what was my health going to look like as I continue to age, right? I'm 47 years old, and I didn't want to be the person who can't move, can't enjoy life, can't travel, can't breathe, can't whatever, right? Can't do it because my body physically couldn't do it. And that was the motivation for me to go and have VSG surgery. And I am so thankful. I can't even explain how thankful. I have fear that I'm going to gain all the weight back. I have fear that I'm not going to get to where I want to get. I have all these fears, but you know what? I'm taking it literally one day at a time. And that is what I wanted to share, is I think any weight loss journey, whether it was like when I was on Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or whatever, keto, I've tried them all. It's one day at a time. And I think in the past, when I was doing weight loss like programs, I wasn't thinking about it that way. I was thinking about it more in a like, I need to lose this weight, I need to lose this weight, I need to lose this weight. Okay. And I think that added extra stress to my process. And there were times in my life that I have dropped 70 pounds, 60 pounds, but then I would gain it back because I wasn't looking at longevity. I was just looking at like, I need to do this now. I need to do this now. I need to do this now. And so that's my advice, is no matter what you choose to do to get the weight off, and there is no right or wrong way, I'm going to say. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. Everybody makes their own choice. So if you want to do surgery, great. If you want to go into a program, great. If you want to just eat in a calorie deficit and exercise, great. Whatever your choice is, do it, right? Do it, but make sure that you're pacing yourself and you understand that this is a long haul process. Because even for me, yes, the weight is coming off, but the difference between what it was before and now is that I can't physically eat more than what my stomach will allow me to eat, right? And I think I always had a problem with hunger in the past, and I do have somewhat of a mental problem as well, because I still crave certain types of foods or think, oh, I wonder if I can have that, or, so it's going to be a journey, a mental journey as well, but I'm super thankful it's going so well. The other thing to share is that I'm in a small, medium, top, depending on the maker, and pretty much a medium pant. I am like, some of my pants are a little bit large, but like I'm in a size 10 jean. Okay, I'm 5'10", just so you know. So that means that on me, I'm very long, right? Because I am very tall. My back and everything is very petite. This is a body that I am not familiar with at all. So I do have some discomfort around the fact that I go into stores and I feel like I'm a large, but then I pick everything up and it's way too big, and I've had to give away a ton of clothes over and over and over and over again. So I'm just sharing that, like, this transition from size to size to size is really a transition mentally as well, because you still see yourself in the body that you had before. And people tell me all the time how thin I am, how different I look, all of those things, and I appreciate it because, I am putting in the work. So not only, did I have the surgery and I'm following all the things, I work out consistently, more consistent than I have in my entire life. And I will say 5 days a week on most occasions, sometimes more. Sometimes I'm moving more. And one of the things that I always do is I make sure I walk 10,000 steps a day on most days. So 6 out of 7 days in a week, I'm walking 10,000 steps. And 5 out of 7 days a week, I'm exercising at least 30 minutes. And in most cases, an hour. And that is not because I'm trying to lose faster, or that is a goal of my personal goal about physical strength. I have always wanted to be an athlete. I have always wanted to be in a position where I didn't have to feel pain in my joints, or feel pain in my back, or feel like I couldn't go on a hike because it's going to be too much of an incline. Like I couldn't do certain things. And now I feel like I'm removing all of those barriers. They're slowly going away. I'm at the point where I think I could possibly run a marathon if I wanted to, with training, which I've never, ever thought that I could do that in the past. I've always said, that'd be cool. But I've always wanted to be an athlete. I've always wanted to be in great shape. And so I'm taking this moment in my life to seize the opportunity to be exactly that, right? And so I want to make sure that I'm doing things that are going to promote that. They're going to help me get to that place. And that's what the physical activity is really about. Let me take a sip of water. So that's the update, right? Overall, I'm just living life, and I apologize that I haven't come on here, in the last couple of months, but I just needed time to focus on me, focus on this journey, focus on all of the changes that come with this journey, focus on making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to be successful for the long term, because this is not a 5-month commitment, 1-year commitment. This is a life commitment. And when I got the surgery, I did go into the surgery thinking exactly that. This is a life commitment, right? So for the rest of my life, I'm going to need to do all of these things to make sure that I'm healthy, A, that I'm successful, B, and that I can just have a life of longevity, which is what it was really about. So I pray that actually happens, that there are no other things that come up in my life, but I am very hopeful, and I feel very blessed in 2022 to be able to have gone through this process. I struggled many years of going back and forth on doing it or doing it on my own. I've tried many times to do it on my own, and I just suddenly was like, this is really a tool for me to get to where I want to get, and then I got to figure out how to maintain it, right? So I mentioned at the beginning of this video that my weight is currently at a 193.8 as of this morning. And it's so foreign to me. It's just a foreign number, right? My goal weight that I've always had in my life has been around 175. So I'm not that far, right? I'm like about 18 pounds away from that goal number. But I kind of almost feel like it's going to be a little too small. So I feel like I'm going to end up gaining weight back at some point, but not a ton, just probably about where I am right now. But what they said in my journey was, or, through my doctors, is you want to try to lose as much weight as you can within the first year to 18 months. And I am only 8 months out, right? I got surgery April 20th, and today is 12/29. So I'm only 8 months out. And at 8 months, I'm only 18 pounds away from my goal, my personal goal. Their goal is like 157, which is like 35 more pounds away or so, right? That to me just seems insane and super, super tiny, super, super small. I feel like I'm not going to have any fat on my body, and I feel like my skin is just going to look really, not good. And I mean, it is what it is. I'll never complain about skin. I'll never complain about my arms because I put in work and I'm building muscle. I'll never complain about my thighs because it is what it is, right? So I'm just saying that still a long road ahead in this journey. I'm 2/3 of the way to a year, and I already am at this place of losing 95 pounds. So it's just it's kind of crazy to me. This whole process has been very much a dream for me, something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm thankful that I have had such a successful process that I've gone through. And I'm just excited about the chapters of life that are ahead, because I can do things and be places that I never thought I could before. I've always wanted to skydive. I weighed too much to skydive before. I can do that. I get on a plane and the seat belt is like I'm pulling the seat belt. When I used to get on the plane pre-surgery, I literally would be pushing that belt together, squeezing in my gut, not trying to ask for any kind of an extender. I was just at that point where it was almost there. And, knees don't hurt, back doesn't hurt. I did the other day, I went to the mall to do Christmas shopping, and I was out from 2 p.m. till about 10 p.m. about 8 hours, and I was moving for 8 hours. I was going from place to place to place. I was doing, you know, shopping for presents, shopping for groceries, delivering those back to the house, going blah, 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 blah. I did 17,000 steps that day. 17,000, because I was moving for hours, right? And in the past, if I went to Disneyland and I did 15,000 or 14,000 steps that day, my feet, my ankles, everything hurt because I was carrying so much weight, right? Carrying so much weight. So those are the things that I look at and actually just am in awe of, is the change to my physical health that has come with this process. And you don't realize, you know, I was happy in my life before the surgery, and I just didn't have a concept of what I would feel like here, because I've never been here, right? I've always been plus size since I was young. And so that's my point, is I just wanted to come on here and share this experience, because I feel like, you know, there are situations, I've had a situation where very minimal things have happened for me, right? That could be considered negative in this process. And there are people who go through a whole different experience, but in my experience, the value add that has happened as it relates to having this surgery is immense. Like, I can't even put it or describe it. It is something that I constantly am thankful for and like reevaluating and in awe of, right? In awe of. And it was something my husband said to me the other day. We were talking about things we're thankful for in 2022. And, you know, just kind of like what we're looking forward to in 2023, because this is always a time of self-reflection with your family and with all the people and things, you know, going on during the holidays, right? And what he said to me is, he was like, you know, babe, I don't think you realize what you went through is transformational, but not only that, it's major. Like, it is a major, major thing that you've gone through, this transition. And when he said that, I was like, you know, he's right. I haven't really thought about it like that, because I've been so focused on each goal, each place that I'm trying to get to, each thing that I'm trying to do next. And he's absolutely right. And I'm like super thankful. And I'm glad that he's been on the journey with me, because he's been so supportive and loving in this process. And it makes me very, very grateful. So, yeah, that was kind of the update I wanted to come do. I haven't been on here in a while. I just wanted to say hi and let you know that I'm doing well, let you know that this journey continues. I had my 6-month checkup. It went really well. I am waiting. The next checkup I have is at a year, unless there's some complication or issue, which I don't intend there to be, because I'm on track. I'm on track, right? Everything is on track. I take my vitamins every day as I'm supposed to. Yeah, all things are good. So with that being said, Happy New Year. I'm sending out positivity and blessings and kind thoughts to every one of you, because, you know, every year that goes by, I feel more grateful for the life that I have, the things that I've achieved, and where I am going. And I hope the same for you. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for listening to this video. Thank you for just being a part of this journey, because I feel like I have a place to come and talk about it for people who are actually interested in this process and what, you know, what it's like. And yeah, I'm super, super thankful. So cheers to a positive 2023. Thank you for tuning in. And if you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe, please like, please comment. I love to chat with you. And thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year.